In this video, we'll create a warm-up and cool-down routine that alternates between singles and doubles. Let's go across to the Presets and Playlist page, tap and choose Playlist. We'll create a new playlist by tapping on plus and choosing New Playlist, and I'll call it Warm Up, Cool Down. So we get an empty playlist, and we can tap on the plus to add a new item to the playlist. I'm going to call it Singles. And you'll see by default this will play for 1 rep, and it's a bar of 4/4. This is based on the default preset. I'm going to go back to the main page, and I'm going to set this to actually be a single stroke roll. So edit the pattern, tap and hold on the delete button, enter a bar of 16ths, and then tap below the notes and enter right, left to enter the single stroke roll. And I'm going to tap and hold on a sound button and go to sound sets and choose pads. So this will be played on 2 different practice pad sounds. Hit done, and I'm going to save my changes. And then I'm going to duplicate this pattern with a new name by tapping on the plus, choosing duplicate item with new name, and I will call it doubles. And I'm going to scroll to the main page. You'll see that it's the same as we had for singles because I duplicated it. We will tap and edit the pattern, tap to edit the sounds, and this time we'll have right, right, left, left. So now we have a double stroke roll. I'm going to tap the flashing plus and save the changes, and this is our double stroke roll. So singles into doubles. So what we want is for this to increase in tempo automatically up to a certain point, and then decrease in tempo back down to our starting point. The first thing I'm going to do is tap this padlock on the tempo display, and you will see when I do that the individual tempos disappear, which means that both of these items will play back at the same tempo. And then I'm going to go into Playlist Controls, and this first row here, AutoAdvance on plus play, is telling me what the current settings are. And if I tap on this, we can scroll down. You can see looping is turned on. Let's turn on tempo change. And here you can decide how much the tempo should increase by. So let's choose 5 BPM. And this will just increase by 5 BPM forever until we hit 2000 BPM, which is the max. What we want to do is turn on tempo boundaries and choose our minimum tempo. So let's choose 120 as the minimum, and the maximum, let's choose 130, just for a quick example. And then we choose the action that should happen when one of these boundaries is reached. So I'm going to choose reverse and stop. These are fairly self-explanatory. Stop will stop when it reaches a boundary. Reset will jump back to the original tempo and then increase and loop forever. Reverse will go up and down and continue forever. Hold will stay at the maximum tempo or minimum tempo when it reaches it and play forever. And reverse and stop will go from minimum to maximum, back to minimum, and then stop. So this is our warm-up cool-down. And you can see in the playlist time row, it tells us that the first loop will take 4 seconds, and our entire routine is going to be 5 loops, which will be about 17 seconds. So let's hit play and watch what happens. Watch here, rep 2 plus 5 BPM. Now we're up to 130, which is our maximum. And then it starts to decrease. Finally, we reach our initial tempo, and PolyNome stops. Now if you want your warm-up / cooldown to last a certain amount of time, you can tap on the playlist time row and you can choose set total time. And let's say we had 5 or 6 minutes, we can set that time, and you'll note that each of these has been changed. So singles will now play for 37 seconds, doubles for 37 seconds, and then the tempo will change, and the first loop will take approximately 1 minute 16 seconds, and 5 loops will take 6 minutes 21 seconds. So you can set your warm-up and cooldown to be as long as you have time for. You can also tap on the playlist time row to quickly set the reps or timers for all items in the playlist. I'm going to choose set all reps and set it back to 1. Finally, you can set some sounds for when the items advance. I'll tap on the playlist control AutoAdvance row, play sound when advancing, and now you'll hear a sound play when we move to the next row. And if you turn on the sound when looping, a sound will be played to indicate the tempo change. So that's how you create a basic warm-up cooldown routine with automatic tempo changes.